longer than you have been. What'd you see out there from your guys, and how are you guys feeling right now?
The biggest thing you want from the first practice is good health. And so we practiced 3 hours and we had no injuries. So that's what the number one thing we concern ourselves with. With practice this time of year, you do a lot of teaching in the first hour. You talk, you walk through, you put clarity. You use drills and fundamentals in the second hour, man-to-man defense, positioning of your hands, some of the details, the simplest fundamentals. The third hour, we do a lot more 5-on-0 or 5-on-4, 4-on-4 full. Try to put it together. The great teaching is whole part whole. I was really pleased because at the very end when we did 5-on-5, you could see we clearly had sluggish legs in the first session, but as they caught their second win, they showed some execution, and there's really good self-awareness. Our leadership is excellent. Donovan and Vic, Luke, Josh, coming back adds a Kuba's much more mature. We like the maturity by far.
A lot of new faces on the court, not even including Josh and Mark and guys who have been around the program,
right.
But other new faces too. What's it take to kind of integrate them into what you guys want to do, and how do they change what you guys want to do, maybe?
Well, there is a lot. There is always concern about integration because it's difficult. I mean, they're just terminology, spending time on what terms to use. We call, I've always said when you get somebody new, the first week or two, they actually get worse. There's more in their head. They're not free flowing. They're concerned, and that's 30 years of coaching that I can see that. Well, you got to really take it slow, just so that because new players always want to do better, but they've got to learn something and think about something. So we're trying to make it, just a little bit each day, instead of trying to dump the whole 9 yards on them right away.
Yeah, obviously it's the first practice today, but I see kind of 5 really long wing bodies out there that might compete for a spot or two on the court at any given time. Are you kind of hoping that over time a couple, 3 of those guys maybe stand out from the others, and kind of how does that process go throughout the beginning of the season?
It gives us great versatility. We have the ability to play longer, quicker. We haven't put in our traps and presses yet. We have the material now to be more effective with multiple guys on the wing. I like the potential for us to be able to run the 1-3-1 again. David Nwaba was an animal when he was up top. That 1-3-1 is a great weapon for us. Now with Mark Crow and Kuba, with Marcellus and Eric Tolles, there's clearly enough length, and that's adding Josh Martin, who might be the longest and the most athletic of that group. So
Paul
we have
not
5
short
good.
either.
Beg your pardon?
Paul is not short.
Paul is another one. So there's about 6 guys there between 6'3" and 6'6", with good long arms and good aggressiveness. So that's what we recruited. The game has changed, and we're trying to constantly change that. They don't allow us to play as physical basketball as we were able to 5 years ago. We were a really physical team, and they've called a lot of fouls, and we've had to make a lot of adjustments. So we're trying to get longer, trying to get quicker, trying to play the game a little bit differently because the rules have changed over the last 3 to 4 years that we've got to change with it.
A lot of those new guys are new here, but they're experienced guys in college basketball, whether somewhere else or JUCO guys or somewhere else, the D1 level. How does that kind of help them integrate quicker?
Yeah, I don't think they integrate quicker the first month. I think we see their maturity more in January and February. First month or two, whether you're a freshman or a transfer or international, I think you're just overwhelmed the first 4 to 8 weeks. Then they start clawing out of it. But a JUCO transfer, he's a little more used to the long season and the long practices and some long bus rides. Fatigue doesn't really set in until mid-January and February. We're like, man, it just seems like I've been going forever. The excitement of November, the travel, the games, the tournaments, the events, it's pretty energizing November, December. It's January, February. That's where I think it will really be beneficial to have a guy like Marcellus Garrick and Eric Tolles coming in. Apollo was on the Arizona bench and not getting a lot of playing time, but he's traveling with them. He understands the rigors of that, and that's where maturity really comes in. Even Josh maybe hasn't played a lot with injuries, but he understands how long the season is, how patient you got to be.
Right. Anybody kind of that you got here, maybe at practice over the summer or now, that has surprised you in any specific?
Yeah, actually, the guy that surprises us the most right now is Jared has come in as a walk-on and has just been fearless, coming in and been able to basically compete, really pushing Donovan and Isaiah for every drill. He's got good skills, great quickness. good toughness. He played football, and you never know. Sometimes you think, oh, this is a freshman walk-on. He's not backing down by any stretch of imagination, which helps us overall. We go, well, you know what? It might be a situation where we could use him.
Okay, thanks, Coach.
Thank you.